I might pull up on you to interview you. Hey, tell me where you from. Tell me what you do.
What's going on, YouTube? You already know who it is. It's BMan Jones back again for another episode of Brilliant Views. First and foremost, gotta give a shout out to my sponsors here. My boy Merv in the building. Thank you so much for letting me use your space, man. You guys need to check us out right here at the gym complex, 880 South Pleasantburg Drive in Greenville, South Carolina. You can get your modeling done here, your recording. He does music, podcast, anything you want to do here. This is a creative space made for creatives, so you need to pull up here and get your work done in the gym. 880 South Pleasantburg Drive, Greenville, South Carolina. You can hit them up at the gym complex on all social medias.
Yes, sir.
Right now, I might mess his name up. I've been messing up all week. I have Mr. DaVinci Kitsuné.
Yes, sir.
Hey, in the building, man.
What's up, man?
Welcome, brother.
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I just been working, man.
Just working. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a working man.
Took an amazing nap.
Hey, I did too. This is going to be a great interview.
Naps are necessary.
Hey, naps are necessary. Do not let the world fool you. Naps are definitely.
You need to nap for sure.
Get your nap in. That's why you did it as a kid. Do it as an
sure.
adult. It works just as well.
Yo, we definitely got to bring nap time back as adults, man. That's necessary. I need that.
For real, bro. But let's jump into it, bro. Your name, DaVinci Kitsuné. Where did you get that from? What does it mean and all those types of things, man?
It would seem like really complex, but it's not. Leonardo da Vinci, obviously being one of the greatest Renaissance artists that there ever was during that time period.
Right.
So, like most musicians, I consider myself an artist rather than just like a rapper, singer, songwriter, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And so, I just pulled it from that name. Kitsune is actually Japanese for fox.
Okay.
And so I chose that because foxes are really they're really quick, but they're also they're underestimated, you know what I'm saying?
Very.
So a fox, it looks really tiny and really cute when you look at it. It's all fluffy, but a fox will really kill you.
Fox is really about that.
And
word,
so
man.
I feel people see me, or it's kind of like when somebody makes music, you see and you see a SoundCloud link. People SoundCloud rapper but then you go click the link and you're like, oh,
you really got some fire.
yeah. So it's you see a fox, and it's man, look at this cute little fluffy fox. And then you get close and it's nah, bro, I'm on you.
I am not just a fluffy fox. I'm a vicious fox.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that's lit. I like that.
Yeah.
See, I like that explanation of his name, bro. That's what's up. Now let's talk about Butterfly Effect, bro. Your first track for the whole album was really just a straight instrumental, kind of dark, moody, kind of horror feeling type of vibe. Why did you start it out like that?
Well, I first want to say shouts out Matthias Carter. He was the producer for a good portion of that of the tape. So Matthias, if you're watching this, shouts out to you. Thank you.
Shouts out to Matthias. Great work.
So me and Matthias both are big Kanye fans, and so if you can recall back to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, before the track All of the Lights, there's like a orchestral version of the instrumental that goes directly into All of the Lights. So I've had that idea to do that for the longest.
Okay.
And so working with Matthias, he actually just made that happen. We weren't going to start it out that way though. I think that Energy Check actually was going to be the first track.
Okay.
But when me and Matthias sat down and did the track list, and we were like, yo, I feel like if we started off with just like this orchestra, that'll be really different, and that'll make people really interested as to like what's happening next. Because a lot of people were confused. They go into the first track and it's just it's literally just instrument,
just straight instrument, yeah.
And so you get to the second track and you hear that it just
boom.
It flows really smoothly into it.
It really did.
I thought it was a good idea just because I just thought it would be different. I'm always thinking what's gonna set me apart from every rapper in the city.
Yeah, and it did, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When I cut it on, I was like, okay, this is kind of different. I'm not gonna call it weird because people call things weird that they're not familiar with. So I'm like, this is very different. But then when you came in with Gutter Boy, I was just a gutter boy living down bad. I'm like, hey, okay,
Yes, sir.
Well, there it is, man. That was well thought out, bro. I appreciate the art, how artistic you guys got with that.
Thank
bro.
you. I appreciate that.
That was nice. I enjoyed that, bro. Now, the name Butterfly Effect, I know what that means. Some people may not. Can you explain what a butterfly effect is, and then why you chose to name your album Butterfly Effect?
So I'm gonna try to explain this in the best way that I can.
Okay.
So if I'm not mistaken, the butterfly effect is like the theory that anything that you do can alter something in the future.
Mm-hmm. That's the same understanding I have.
And so, when I was thinking, there was a, she knows there was a lot of names.
Shout out to Joe in the building, little cuzzo.
There was a lot of names for the project beforehand.
Okay.
So I actually didn't get a name until the very end.
Okay.
And so I was listening to everything, and I chose that name because since the butterfly effect is, the theory that anything you do can have a positive or negative effect or just a larger effect on something that happens in the future. Mm-hmm. I was listening and I was like, what? A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about is like stuff from like my early childhood experiences, like old relationships and things like that. And it sort of like formed me into who I am now. And so I thought that was a good title for that, because I think it's just like with everybody, things that happen to you or things that you experience are definitely going to have an effect on you as you get older.
Yeah, no doubt about that, bro. That's definitely real. And I don't think I believe in butterfly effect, like the saying, like how a butterfly can happen, flap his wings in New York and like it's a typhoon in Japan. I don't believe in it to that extent.
Yeah, I think
but as far as how you were explaining it, how things that you go through in your life definitely all affect each other, and they happen because of things that you did in your past. I definitely agree.
100%.
100, bro. Now this album, man, you were real open, man. It was like an open book. It was almost as if you were like in a therapy session with yourself, and you were just there. Was this album like therapy for you? Because you talked about a lot of, I'm not gonna say dark things, but you talk about a lot of personal things in this album. Was this album like therapy for you?
I try to be I try to be as open as I can in my music. I still like to have fun. You got your trap songs and your strip club songs, but those are very like far in between. For me, music as a whole is kind of therapeutic. I feel like people really like resonate with an artist when they're being themselves, when they're being their most genuine. So I'll say it was kind of therapeutic. There were some things that happened, situations that I went through during the making of the project where I wouldn't have had certain tracks if those things hadn't happened. So yeah, it was definitely therapeutic. I probably need like an actual therapist, but for right now, music will do the trick.
I was gonna ask you if you actually had a therapist. I don't have one. I've been thinking about getting one, but I don't know. I kind of like, I do a lot of prayer, talk to my lady, try to talk to people around me, use them as my therapist versus somebody that I completely don't know. But I don't know. Maybe it'd be good to get another opinion. But I could tell that this music was definitely something that you were able to release into.
Yeah.
And get some of those things out of yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Because like I said, bro, you talked about a lot of different hard things, but one of the lines that you said that definitely stuck out to me, you said, let me get this right, make sure I'm quoting you right, okay? I've been trying to turn my mama house into a masterpiece, forgetting that I need to take time and master my piece. Did I say that right?
Yeah, I've been trying to turn my mama crib into a masterpiece, forgetting that I need to take some time for me to masterpiece.
Talk about that right quick, man.
So nothing that I do is selfish. It's all with other people, mostly like my family and friends of mine. I want to be able to take the lives of my real friends and my family and do a complete like 180 with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about trying, like, I want to be wealthy so that I can share it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Drake said, if I don't share the wealth, then how we supposed to grow?
Right.
And so my mom, when we moved into this house, my mom was like, I'm not moving again. I'm like, okay, so what I want to do is I want to get enough money to where I can go to the landlord and I can buy that house and the land that it's on, and for my mom, and that's hers now. And then she can take it and she can add on to it, add extra bedrooms, whatever she wants to add to it.
Yeah.
And so, but when you have such a huge focus on taking care of other people, trying to make other people's lives better, like sometimes you really do forget, like, hey, you need to take a step back and take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So before I started making this project, I went through like a bout of like writer's block and depression because I wasn't looking out for myself. I'm so busy trying to make sure like that I'm so busy thinking about like my mom and my friends and my grandma and my brother. Like I gotta do all this for them, but like nah, like I gotta take some time also to like step back and like center myself. And so I wasn't making music for a little bit. I had to take some time, step back, center myself, realign my energies, and then go back into it because people don't think that people don't really think about it a whole lot when you're not famous, but like when you're not famous, that's when the rap game is the most stressful.
I got you.
Because you start realizing everything about the rap game, and then you're thinking like, man, do I really want to do this?
Hey, listen.
Like this is a really stressful industry. It's extremely competitive, and if you're not careful, like you'll lose yourself really quick.
Facts. And a lot of people do lose themselves before they get in and then right when they get in the rap game. But that's good that you sit there and center your energy, make sure everything is right within self. Because that's one thing we as, I'm trying not to get too off topic, but that's one thing we as African-American males, we need to make sure we do more, bro. We need to take care of self. 100%. Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be looked at, and we should be looked at as the leader of the household, as the person that's, leading in the right way. But if we're not right,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? We're not right with everything,
100%.
Then how can our family be right?
100%. I always talk to my grandma. My grandma's the OG, man. And that's where I get like all of my godly faith from.
Got you.
If I have any questions I ever had when I was younger about like God or anything like that, I always go to my grandma. And my grandma's been praying for me forever. She prays for me when I don't have sense enough to pray for myself. So
exactly.
I really love my grandma. But one of the things that she taught me was definitely make sure that you have a good relationship with God. Nothing that you do can be done without him.
Right, nothing.
I try not to take too much credit for myself. When people are like, oh man, like that song, I really liked it. Or if I'm, in the future when I'm getting Grammys, like definitely thanking God first. There's no way I wouldn't even be alive. You know what I'm saying?
Right. God is definitely to be thanked first for all things, bro.
100%.
Definitely.
100%.
I like this guy, man.
100%.
Yes, sir. Now, this was your third project. How do you feel about this project versus your other two? Not gonna say if you like it better, because as an artist and somebody that knows his craft, you do get better as you go on. But what were like some personal goals you set for yourself for this project before you released it, if any? But I know one was probably I want to be better than my last two.
Yeah.
But other than that, what other types of goals did you set for yourself before you released this project?
It's crazy because when you're planning an album release, sometimes things just don't go as planned, and that definitely was the case. So I didn't set any goals as far as like numbers go, like I want X amount of streams in like the first week. I didn't set any goals like that. I think when you're not famous, it's actually really detrimental to set goals like that, because a lot of times people don't want to realize it, but there's a lot of failure when you're not famous. And a lot of times when you set goals like that and you don't meet them, you get discouraged. So I typically don't set goals like that. But what I did want to make sure that I wanted to make sure that when I put it out that as many people were hearing it as possible. So anybody that had anything to do with the album in any sort of capacity, I sent it to them when it came out. Hey, send this to literally everybody that you can. Go through your entire contacts list. I don't care if you haven't talked to that person in a year. Send it to them.
Yeah.
And so they did that, and it did great in the first week. But we had a plan. So Gutter Boy was like the most popular song on there, and that took like 30 minutes to make.
Okay.
Me and Matthias's plan was, all right, Pretty Little Devil from like the R&B side of it, that's gonna be the single. That's gonna be the one that we push out there.
Okay.
Because I was listening to it and I was like, sonically, thematically, structurally, this seems like the one that would be on the radio. This seems like the one that everybody would be
Getting played.
Yeah. And it took like 3 hours to make. And so we put it out. I'm sitting here. That was my Pretty Little Devil is my favorite song off of the tape. And so I put it out, and I'm like,
I like the Energy Check.
Ooh, Energy Check is
Energy
nice.
Check. I said, I'm sorry, Energy Check. I like
Energy
Energy
Check is
Check.
nice.
I like Energy
Kenzie really did something for that one. Shouts out my man's Kenzie, LA Kenzie.
I mean, Little Devil was good too, but
Yeah.
Energy Check, that was my shit.
So I put it out, and everybody's like, nah, bro, Gutter Boy slapping. I'm like, what? And I thought that was crazy. I'm like, man, I worked on this for like 3 hours, bro.
Yeah.
But like, it's all good, man. Sometimes my grandma always tells me, while you're planning, God is unplanning. So I feel like that was just like a case of that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's fine though. You know, I'm just happy that people were listening to it.
Facts,
you know
bro. Grandma is the OG. My grandma said the same thing, bro.
Grandma is definitely the OG.
Grandma's the OG, bro. Definitely. Now you had like 2 features. One LA
Kenzie.
Yeah, he was on there twice.
That's like my little brother. I love Kenzie. Shouts out LA Kenzie.
Right. Now, is there anybody else that you've been seeing or watching in the city? Really just, everywhere that you've seen? Because with the internet, the city's bigger than the city.
Yeah.
But is there anybody that you've seen that you really want to work with,
There's a couple of dudes. Definitely my dude, Tommy Montana. I've known him since high school. And, like, it's crazy. Like, he used to, like, rap in high school, and I was like, oh, yeah, you're straight. But I never, like, took him seriously. And so we graduated and linked up, like, a little bit afterwards. And I was like, yo, this guy's crazy on the mic. This dude's wild. So definitely Tommy Montana. My dude 864 Brazy. He's actually from Anderson, but I'm not even gonna lie to you right now. I consider the entire upstate Greenville. To be real,
it is.
If the area code is 864, that's Greenville.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
I heard him on another guy's project. Oh man, if you want to say it now, I could have told you the name of the project. It was like Beautiful Dream, Beautiful Nightmare, something like. He was on somebody else's project. I've heard him before. He's straight. I like him.
Yeah. He's really nice. We actually have a song together. Okay. He's trying to get the album, not the album art, but like the cover art for that ready so we can drop that. So that would be awesome. I would have loved to have worked with my late friend, Late Night Angelo, but he passed before I had a chance to work with him. Okay. Rest in peace, Late Night. It was really unfortunate, but I would have loved to have worked with him. Dude was cold. Yeah. Dude was cold, man. Like you listen to his music and you're like these are groundbreaking ideas. Like especially like in the city, like you just don't like. I never heard anyone make the type of music that he was making, bend their voice like the way that he would bend his voice, and it's crazy. Like it's really crazy how you can bend your voice with auto-tune and turn it into like something totally different.
An instrument, yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I would have loved to work with him. I need that Drake feature.
Okay, throw that out there. He might be watching. Throw that out there.
I need that Drake feature. Okay. If you're watching this, I definitely need that. Hit
Definitely
me in the DM.
yeah, definitely need that feature, bro. Yes, sir.
There's this girl. Amoriana, her
Heard that name.
or Jada or whatever you want to call
I've heard that name too.
People, the names are interchangeable, but
Right.
I met her in high school as well, and I found out she was making music when we were in high school, and I heard it. I heard her voice, so I saw her the next day in school. I was like, "Yo, you have a really nice voice." So I graduated, and we linked up a few times, and we've worked together on a few songs for her, but we got something in the works, but she can be really difficult to get a hold of. Everybody has like their own schedules and whatnot, but I definitely want to make a couple songs with her. Her voice is amazing.
Amazing. Okay, I got you. Now, what's next for DaVinci Kitsuné? I'm messing up your name again. DaVinci Kitsuné. What's next for DaVinci Kitsuné, bro?
I was not planning on dropping another project this year. Probably not gonna do that. But I'm working on a project. It's just not gonna drop this year.
Okay.
I like to take my time with things. I feel like it's always quality over quantity. You can have like 17 mixtapes out, but if they're trash, like they're trash. So you gotta take. I like to take my time with things. I like to also bring different people from my friend group in to like listen to things before I release them, because I have the type of friends that are gonna be honest with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's always there with me, and I'll be like, like, listen to this, and I know if it's not really hitting, she's gonna be like, I don't know, or like if they hit you with this one right here, yeah, it's a vibe.
Go. Let me just go back and work on
Yeah,
that one.
if they tell you it's a vibe, keep that one in the vault, man. Keep it in the vault.
For real, bro.
But I got a couple features. It's just about like people need to drop music.
I got you. Yeah,
I got a couple features with some people. I have a feature on Kenzie's last project.
Okay.
He just dropped the project.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I have a feature on there. I got a Tommy Montana. We actually have a couple of tracks together, so I got some features there. I told you I got a song with Brazy, so once he drops that, and I love doing features, man.
Got a lot of stuff coming.
It keeps me like, features are good for when you're working on a project and you're not really trying to expose too much of the project, so you don't really want to drop anything, but like you can still stay relevant because this person and that person has a verse from you.
Right.
And so also I love features because you get to like cross fan bases. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
People who may have never heard me before are exposed to me. People who may have never heard the other artists before are exposed to them. And so I love doing features, man.
Bro, ain't nothing like that good exposure, bro.
For sure.
Yes, sir. So, man, how can people follow you, bro? How can they get those features, follow you on your Instagrams, all your social medias, all that type of stuff, bro? Let the people have all that.
Social media, I'm mostly on Twitter and Instagram. I have a Facebook, but I wouldn't advise me on Facebook. I'm not gonna answer.
All right.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, DaVinci Kitsuné as DaVinci Kitsune. If you want a feature, just hit me in my DM. I'll listen to your music, and if I feel like we would sound good together on the track, I will definitely work with you 100%. I'm always down to work with people. When people are from the same city and I see that they're doing their thing, I'm always trying to support.
Definitely.
Always trying to work. So.
Bro, ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I remember when I met this guy through the internet first, bro. He sent me some music from my late cousin, Gnarly Nico, bro. R.I.P. to the fam.
Rest in peace, Nico, for sure.
He sent me something. I didn't totally agree with it. Gave him some criticism. I think he took it in, and then next thing I know, he sent me the Butterfly Effect. So I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you listening to what I had to say.
I went back and I was like, I actually talked to her about it, and I got some perspectives. I was like, and so I went back and listened to it, and I was like, maybe they're right. And so I kept that one in the vote. We still got it. We didn't delete it, but it's just never gonna come out.
I got you.
Because when I listened back to it, I was like, I kind of see what they're saying. It could be like sort of misleading, and I don't want to be remembered for that, and I don't want him to be remembered in that sort of light. That was somebody I considered a friend. It really, like, I asked her, like, I cried when I found out.
I'm telling you, bro, I've been to funerals, you know what I'm saying, and that was the first time that was the first time I can ever like remember myself like just boo-hooing in the funeral. But it was just because of how great of a person he was.
A great
bro.
dude.
How great of a like he was very creative, very down to earth, all those things. But he was just a great person.
Yeah, I never heard him say
great
anything
person,
negative about anyone.
Right,
I never
bro.
saw him in any sort of like drama or anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
it was really a good dude. So like,
Definitely,
it breaks my heart, not just with him, but like it breaks my heart when that type of stuff happens to anybody, you know. But especially like young black men, like we're dying at a crazy rate out here. We gotta like step back for a second and think like what are we doing to ourselves? You know what I'm saying? Like we're important. Not only to, you got to think, without black people, let's be real, without black people, there's no culture here.
Bruh.
There's no culture here.
Bruh.
We are the culture.
Been the culture.
For sure. So
Been the
like,
culture.
we got to take a step back and just
Ask Elvis.
100%, bro. 100%.
Ask Elvis.
100%. They've been taking our culture forever, bro. So without us, there is no culture. We gotta. So if we continue to kill ourselves, we're killing our own culture, bro. Nah, that's not the wave.
It's not the wave, bro. But the wave is definitely your music, bro. Your vibes, bro. Keep putting out this good art, bro.
I appreciate it.
Like I said, man, it's art. It's art, bro. And I appreciate it, bro. It's a great listen. If you have not listened yet, make sure you go get the Butterfly Effect. It's on it's on all music platforms.
Yeah. Butterfly Effect, all music platforms, literally anywhere you can listen to music. I'm not 100% sure when this will come out, but the Diamond Pack, I'm coming with a 3-piece.
Oh, wow.
3 songs, September 15th. Go listen to that, man. It's going to be pure heat.
Pure heat. There it is. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on the show,
course,
brother.
Man, for
yes,
sure.
sir. Hey, this has been another episode of Brilliant Views. If you would like to be a guest on the show, make sure you hit me on my DMs at Bray the Brilliant, or you can also email me at brilliantviewsproductions@gmail.com. And also, I just started a Apple Music playlist. Actually, he's featured on the Apple. He's featured on the Apple Music playlist
too. By the way,
it is.
I was like, yo, there's some heat on here.
It is, man. You make sure you go get that. I'll be sure to put that in the notes of this video, man.
That's a Studio Near You playlist.
Yeah,
definitely check that out.
Studio Near You playlist, man. That he was on Volume 1. I just released it. Gonna be releasing Volume 2 really soon. But make sure if you have music, send it to me so I can get on there. Right now, I'm doing only Apple music, only because that's where I have the playlist at right now. But definitely send me your music to at Bray the Brilliant on Instagram, Twitter, all those things, and then also brilliantviewsproductions@gmail.com. This has been another episode of Brilliant Views. I'm your man's BMan Jones. We'll see you next time. Stay brilliant.
Gave me a vision that's a brilliant view.